Hi everyone. I came across a very interesting article with some interesting information that I think is relevant for people trying to decide or determine how to retire early, or make a late stage career change. I found this article on the gobankingrates.com website. And the title of the article is How Far $1 Million in Retirement Savings Plus Social Security Goes in Every State. And that article is by Heather Taylor. So they compiled information from a bunch of different sources about, a bunch of averages. The average Social Security that an average person would receive, the average cost of living, and then they compiled all that together and assumed that someone with $1 million in retirement savings, they use that to calculate how many years that money, that $1 million in retirement savings plus Social Security, how many years that would last. So, obviously, a really expensive place like Hawaii, it's not going to last nearly as long as a very affordable place to live, like West Virginia. Here are the numbers. Hawaii, average monthly expenditure cost, $2,761. Annual total cost of living for one person after Social Security benefits, $80,125. How many years $1 million plus Social Security benefits would last? 12.48 years. 12 years. Now contrast that with West Virginia. Average monthly expenditure cost, $1,833. Annual total cost of living for one person after Social Security benefits, $11,263. How many years $1 million in Social Security benefits will last? 88.79 years. 88 years versus 12 years. Wow, what a difference. What a difference. Now, I tell you, I have been to Hawaii. I took my family there for vacation to celebrate an anniversary and kind of a family trip with my wife. It was expensive. It was very expensive. It was shockingly expensive to visit Hawaii. We visited 2 different islands. We stayed at a resort. We did some tours. We toured a pineapple farm, which was a lot of fun. I got private lessons for my son to do some snorkeling. It was beautiful. It was a once-in-a-lifetime sort of trip with gorgeous sunsets and terrain and scenery. You'd be driving down the highway and it was just like you were in a movie. It was lush. The weather was great. It was very exciting. I'm not sure I will ever go back to Hawaii, but I'm definitely glad that I got to visit there once. Not many of us are going to want to retire to Hawaii, and I understand that. But check out all the different states and locations that might be a possibility for you and your family and your situation, and just see what the possibilities are. Just think on it a little bit. I know life is full of trade-offs, and maybe it would be a useful trade-off for you to consider moving someplace cheaper in order to get out of that job you don't like, go ahead and retire. Just think of the possibility. That's all I'm asking here. I also found a really nice infographic from Visual Capitalist where they just laid out those number of years on top of a map of the United States. So I'll put that up real quick and let you take a glance for the number in the state that you live in. Now, I know what you're thinking. You say, I don't have $1 million in retirement savings, so I can't do this. Well, let's get a little creative. Say you only have $500,000 of retirement savings. take that number of years and divide it in two. Where are you at? How many years could you get by on $500,000? My point is, where you want to retire to matters. Let's take a little closer look at some of these numbers. Say that you live in California. Okay, $1 million plus Social Security would last you 16 years. But if you moved over to Nevada, that number almost doubles to 31 years. Say you live in Colorado, 25 years, not bad. But would you be willing to move to Kansas, where the number of years is 65, over double? Or maybe you live in Colorado, 25. Would you be willing to move to Wyoming, where that number increases to 40? What about if you live over on the East Coast? Say you live in Massachusetts, 19 years. Okay. Would you be willing to move to Pennsylvania, where that number over doubles to 53 years? As you can see, the location makes a huge difference on how much money you need to retire. Now I get it. Say you live in a place where you have deep roots and you would not consider moving to a different state, and I understand that. Maybe you have elderly parents that you need to move closer to take care of. Maybe you have kids and grandkids you would like to move closer to be by them. Or maybe you just want to move someplace that has nicer weather. I understand that. However, I just want to encourage you to consider the possibility of relocating to a different state if you don't have the funds you want and you're ready to retire, or you'd like to retire early, or you're in a job that you really can't stand and you want to make a change. What about you? Where do you live? Is $1 million plus Social Security? Do you feel like that would be enough for you to live on? I'd be interested to hear your comments and feedback below. That's it. I hope you enjoyed this information. My name is Walter, and I provide information, tools, encouragement for folks who are trying to retire early or are getting to that stage of life where they'd like to retire. If you enjoyed this content, I hope you consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Take care.